I'm Casey Hodges. Welcome to Fairy and Flame.
And I'm Catherine Camsey. I'm the fairy.
We got some good feedback from our last episode where it was just the two of us. So we're gonna do this again.
We are.
Yeah.
We're very lucky. Just the two of us today.
We're going to talk a little bit about what happened this past weekend with our friend Angie Arkin and her 2-night event in Franklin, Power to the Peaceful. Catherine and I hosted it. It was amazing. We're also going to tell you about one of our favorite new products. We're not getting paid. It's just...
Is it the candle again, Casey?
Not the candle, but we do have candles for sale on our website.
Just in case.
And then we're going to dip into a little bit about the full moon on November and talk about what that's going to bring. And we're also going to talk about the buzz of the current Instagram and social media, which is 3i Alice.
We're going to cram a lot in today.
We're going to cram a lot in. We only got 30 minutes, so let's go.
Let's go. All
right, this past weekend, we hosted an event at the Mockingbird Theater here in Franklin with Angie Arkin. Angie's been a channeler for 30 years, an intuitive healer, but only since January has she been able to bring in her galactic guides. And so we hosted the event. Everyone got to ask questions. What did you think of the event, Kat?
I thought it was unbelievable. It was good because it was, I was always excited about it, but it was so nice to have the two different feelings on both nights. Like I feel like the first night was just whee and exciting.
Really high energy.
Really, really high energy and sort of like
a party.
Yeah, it was like a party, and the questions were sort of different. There was sort of, I think the questions were, there were sort of more questions and they were more sort of fast paced and just a completely different feeling to the one on the following day, which, you know, even as you and I both walked in the theatre, we were like, oh, wow, it feels completely different.
Yeah.
Completely. There's a much more grounded, slower pace. I think the questions were, I mean, they're all thought-provoking, but they were more sort of in-depth and a longer answer was required. So just a different vibe.
Different vibe.
You know, and you always get the right people there. I mean, you're the right people, you know, you're always sat next to the right people. It's just the way that, you know, the spirit works and everything. Yeah. So I loved it.
There were two questions this weekend that I wanted to pull and talk about today. I hope Angie's okay with that. The first question that came through was, actually someone didn't want to ask it out loud. They asked you to ask it.
They did, yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they didn't, they just wanted for me to ask it just because, so it was really because it was a question for everybody, really, for us to learn and understand. And it's about children and why children come into this world with autism and what's their purpose and why they're here. Which I thought was, you know, obviously there seems to be, you know, more children dealing with this now. And I don't know if it's just we're more apt to identifying it than when I was a child or if there is just more children coming in like this. But it's amazing because they really are here. You know, Angie's answer to that was... The council was that, you know, they are here to do something very special. They are like light workers. They've got, obviously the way that their mind works is slightly different. And if we would only just get out of their way, you know, which I think is something, you know, we try, I think as humans always try to fix stuff. And, you know, this is probably how we're going to fix it. But maybe we don't need to fix it. Maybe we need to, you know, take a step back and let them see how it works, how
they can fix us.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Well, she also said as we, as our frequencies increase and as we ascend, we actually will become on the same level of understanding with them.
Yeah, and they're going to do some amazing, children with autism are here for a reason, and they're going to be doing some amazing
They're healers.
Work. They're going to be healers, they're going to be light workers, there's going to be some amazing things that come out. So I think that was a really lovely, positive message.
I loved that question.
Yeah, especially for parents that are dealing with that at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
Obviously, there's a lot of other things that go along with that conversation, but
course.
I just wanted to share that because I thought it was such a fascinating question. Yeah. A lot of questions were really specific to people and what they were going through, but that one I felt like was a big blanket question. The other question, too, that was pretty interesting was someone asked, Heavy, about what the destiny of our world is. Like, what is going to be the outcome of our world?
That is a very big question.
Yeah. Yes.
And it was funny because the way that they answered, they were like, oh, we knew that.
So what they said was, they said the outcome of the world has yet to be determined, and that will be up to Mother Nature to decide. And asking Mother Nature what the outcome of the world will be is like looking up an old lady's skirt.
I love that analogy.
They were quite funny this week in the guides.
They were
and
hilarious.
so what that gave me was hope. That, you know what, the outcome of the world has not been decided, and every day we get up, we get to decide what will be the outcome of the earth.
We get to choose it. And I think the overall, there's a few takeaways I've got. I mean, there was tons of takeaways I got, but if I had to put them in 3 or 4, whenever you're going through anything, it's so good to you need to go outside. They always say that. Go outside, lie in the grass, go and hug a tree, ground yourself. Really work on your heart space. This is something that's coming up more and more and more. But ultimately, in going back to that answer, it hasn't yet been decided. The main message I got from all of that was really, let's all work on ourselves. Of course, be kind. Of course, help people. That's really important. But don't get lost in the noise of everything and forget to make sure that your own spirit self is okay.
Yeah.
So that you pour into yourself, because if we all are individually beginning to make one step forward to vibrate a little bit higher and change the frequency, that will change the world. So I felt that was my sort of takeaway.
There was a lot of discussion of sadness and chaos in the world, right?
Yes.
And the guides were very clear to say the chaos was intentional.
Yeah.
Because it's meant to kind of shift things for us right now and look outside the box. And we all have to drop into our heart space of love and no judgment and peace and all those things. So, yeah, it was a very simple message. And there was oftentimes redundancy in people's and the answers that they gave.
Yeah.
But it's like our theme song, Heart Space, for this pod.
Which is beautiful.
Which is an original song by Scott Mulvihill. If you guys don't know him, you should check out his music. And so dropping down into our heart space, getting out of the monkey mind and saying, how does this feel?
Yeah.
Versus like, what do I think or what does everybody else think? So
that's definitely the message that I'm getting. It's back to the heart, back to you, back to your own frequency.
And take care of your own self.
Yes.
If we all take care of ourselves, and we've talked about this, and then that light shines, and then it shines on the neighbor, the next neighbor. We've talked about this before, but that's what the guide said too. So it's a little bit of redundancy, but it was an awesome event.
Unbelievable.
So thank you, Angie, for having us. Okay, I want to get into this new product that you're obsessed with.
Talking of frequencies.
By the way, we don't have any sponsors. So
if you want to be our sponsor, just saying.
Yeah, so Aura, if you want to be our sponsor.
Yeah,
no,
welcome.
Actually, our friend Marguerite told us about this product. Marguerite's going to come. I think we talked about it on the last episode. She's going to come on the pod.
She's very cool, by the way.
She's also a channeler, reads Akashic Records. Can't wait for that episode. So she sleeps with this at night with her kids. You want to show it to them?
So she told me about this. We were talking about sleep. I'm obsessed about sleep, and I'm, sound machines, and I always listen to rain. But this,
Aura.
This is the Aura, and basically what it is, it's a high frequency machine. There's 10 different frequencies on it, and if as as to do with frequency, it can help do so many different things. There's it can help you sleep, it can help change your vibration, and different frequencies do different things to your body. So this Aura, now I got it as a sound, I thought, that's a cool sound machine, something I can listen to with my daughter every night. I'll put it down now. I want to explain all the different frequencies, but it actually comes with this as well, which is all the different frequencies, and you can pick whatever you're feeling. So at night they've got ones that are, will help you sleep, and it'll keep you asleep just by playing these beautiful. I'll play it in a moment.
It's about the hertz. So there's different hertz, right?
It's about the hertz. It is. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's straight. Yeah, it basically, the hertz are the frequency that will change in your body when you play it. So there's a love frequency. There's one that's for calmness. There's one for, as I said, sleep. There's one for intuition. So,
I want the intuition one.
Do you want to play that one? Okay, let's
play that one real quick.
This is the one for, it's 852
By the way, for
hertz.
those of you who don't know, Kat used to work for the QVC channel. She would sell stuff on QVC. She also worked at the Psychic channel too,
I've worked at lots of
as a
channels.
host. Those are your channel. That's how you channel.
That's how I channeled, on the TV. All sorts of things.
All right, what is this one?
This is the intuition.
Put it up
one.
to your mic.
Oh,
not the camera.
I forgot.
Turn it up a little bit.
Hang on, I turned it down earlier.
Oh, it sounds so calming. That's intuition. Ooh. That's awesome. It sounds great quality speaker.
What, sorry?
That's a good quality speaker too.
It's a really good quality speaker, and you plug it in and it charges up. I only just learned this today. My daughter was like, why don't you just unplug it and take it with you? I was like, I will do that.
Oh, yes. So now you're just going to take it with you in life.
I'm just going to, everywhere I go, I'm just going to be playing this.
Yeah.
I walked into Casey's house this morning with it.
Oh, thank God you did. JT needed that this morning.
I'm going to put this in JT's face. That's Casey's husband.
Make him wear it. We turn into a necklace and wear it around your neck.
Baseball cap.
That's awesome. Okay, the aura. We're going to drop a link in the description for everyone to go and
get yourself one of those because they're amazing. And like we say, we're not sponsored. We haven't been asked to say that. They're probably like, why are these girls talking about it? It's because it is. I've noticed a really big difference with my sleep. And this morning I played it with my daughter, and I was lighting candles and crystals, and we pick out angel cards and fairy cards, and I was playing it, and she seemed very calm this morning.
Yes, and I've been influenced by Kat. I'm also very easily influenced by Kat. She sells me things all the time.
I basically just copied Casey. Just say it.
Okay, moving on. Oh, we want to talk about. So Karen Marsh is a good friend of yours.
Yes,
she's an astrologer in London.
She's amazing.
She's amazing, and she's one of 4 sisters, and I think 3 out of 4 of them use their gifts and their abilities to do different things, right? One's an angel.
One's, you've got Donna, who's an amazing medium. She's a tarot reader. She uses runes, angels. Donna Maxine White, really good friend of mine. I've worked with her for 20 years, probably. Karen Marsh, obviously the astrologer, and then Carla, who is her sister, who is an unbelievable crystal expert. And she does Reiki and healing and all sorts of things. So you should check all of those sisters out.
I buy for birthday gifts for people. I buy readings with Karen, astrology readings.
You do.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah.
So Karen's been kind enough to do a write up for us each month. We call it the astro forecast. She's like our astrology meteorologist.
Yeah.
There's going to be a big new moon.
Huge.
On November 5th in Taurus, full of abundance. Taurus rules money. Mm-hmm. And so it's a super moon. It's going to be attracting all kinds of things. Abundance. That could come in money, or that could come in lots of different forms, right?
Yeah, in family, in love, in whatever.
Right.
It's just an overflowing of whatever it is.
Yep.
That you want in your life. So you can call it in.
Yes. And so we're going to be posting these astro forecasts every week on our Instagram, fairy_and_flame. Mm-hmm. And you can check those out. Karen is so talented. We'll also drop her
information.
Yeah.
Do
you know her website? Is it?
I always go through on Facebook and find her on there. But we'll put it in there. But I will just say about Karen as well, just as a side note, because she isn't just an unbelievable astrologer, which she is, but she also is she's very intuitive as well. Although she doesn't really advertise that. But when you have readings with her, they are like no other astrology reading I've ever had before. And she's great at doing. I had my daughter done just after she was born, and her personality, I was like, oh, that's good. She looks like she's going to be hard work. And she is. I love her to bits. But she's feisty, which is a good thing. But, she's very, very specific. So you can do that for, if someone's having a baby, you can do it for yourself. You and I did one for working together.
We did.
Which is amazing. So, yeah.
Fire and fire. It's Leo. Catherine's a Leo. Let's just... Kat is a Leo sun, Leo moon, Leo rising, born on the 8/8 portal. It doesn't get more Leo than you.
So I'm the best friend. Or I can be a little bit feisty.
Give us the quick synopsis of a Leo.
I would say we're very loyal, we're very feisty, we're very fiery, we're very passionate, we're very courageous, we're very strong.
You like attention.
We're very vain. We love attention. We don't really get shy. I don't really get shy. Not really anxious people necessarily. That's just a general sort of
bold. Would you say bold?
I would say very bold. Brash, that might just be me.
My father-in-law's a Leo.
You sort of know when a Leo walks in a room, they're sort of like, look at me, look at, I'll sing even though I can't sing, I'll dance, even though I tried out for the Spice Girls, S Club 7, Nancy in the West End.
How far did you get that Spice Girls audition?
Oh, yes. Yeah, pretty far. Yeah. I don't talk about it. I don't want to make them feel bad.
It was down to you and sporty, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll definitely be sporty. fairy spice. Yeah, no, I didn't get very far. I've even been to an audition, sung one note, and been asked to leave. In fact, they don't even ask you to leave. They just go, "Oh, there's a door. You just pop yourself and you find yourself outside with the door that you can't get back in on." That was my Nancy audition for the West End. And I dressed like her.
So Leo, do not get discouraged. Very brave.
Yeah, you just got to keep on going. Yeah. So that's pretty much a Leo.
And I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, tell
us. Fire
about
and fire. So I'm a Sagittarius sun. This is what Karen, she charted me.
She charted you.
I'm an Aries moon and an Aquarius rising. So, okay, what that means is I'm creative. I'm a communicator. I can be very straightforward. I have a little bit of no filter, but I do it in a very nice way. You don't have to be a no filter asshole. Yeah. Like you can be no filter nice.
You're straight to the point.
Straight to the point.
Like when I was being fluffy talking about frequency, she went, hurts. Like, for example. No fluff.
Yeah.
Which I need. I need that.
I like my freedom. I can be a little scattered. I like to travel. But we're also, I think the Sagittarius, someone's going to come back to me on this one, but I think Sagittarius was like in one of those votes was the one that all the other zodiac signs got along with.
Yeah.
We're kind of easy until we're not.
Yeah, easy.
And then shit you've got hits the fan.
Yeah, then you've got a flip switch. But also very kind. I always find Sagittarius really, really kind and generous. And my best friend Zoe, who I've known since I was 3, she's also very similar.
Humanitarians.
Very easy to be around.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
until they're not.
We're also fire and fire. Those are ruling elements.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Anyway, big supermoon, November 5th. Get out in it. Literally get out in it.
Get out.
And manifest. What do you want? What does abundance look like to you?
Yeah. Write it down.
And then be grateful for it. Yeah, write it down.
Yeah, write it down. I always write it down and then say some prayers. It's really good to light a candle or have a fire even, because then the prayers go up to heaven and then you burn them. So it's like sending them up. And that's really, really good thing to do. Get all your crystals out, charge your crystals. You can get them out, charge them, cleanse them, charge them.
I put all my crystals out during the full moon to cleanse them.
Put them all out, it will cleanse them. And then you make sure you do like a little prayer, not a prayer, whatever, a poem, whatever you want to do. Just ask your crystals, because they're like friends and you can ask them for whatever it is that you need. Obviously, different crystals do different things, but lots of things to do.
Okay, I want to move on. We've got so much to talk about, and you have.
I have a meeting in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, so we're hustling today.
We're hustling today.
Okay, we're going to talk about 3i Atlas. This is going to take some time.
Just
casual.
Just throw in the biggest question in the whole world. Yeah.
Well, let's first talk about because there might be some people that don't know what 3i Atlas is.
Give us the crib notes.
Okay, so 3i Atlas is this interstellar object that's moving in and around Earth, Sun, Mars, and it's created this big discussion online about what it is, the pattern of it. I'm taking all this knowledge, by the way, from various people online. So we're going to give you the scope of what everybody's saying, and then we're going to kind of dial it into what we think it could be, right? So some people think it's a spaceship full of, I've heard reptilian aliens.
That is brand new information for me.
I've heard grays. Some people think that it's this like object that was sent that's bearing all kinds of solar codes and updates. Some people think that it's an alien spy kind of thing that's coming towards us. NASA hasn't weighed in. I don't know if that means anything, but they haven't said anything about it. But regardless, there's all this
so much chat
buzz and chat around what 3i Atlas is. So a couple weeks ago, it got very close to Earth, and so that's when all the solar codes supposedly were coming off of it. And you were supposed to get out in the sun and soak up some of those solar codes and updates. What do you think about all that, Kat? Where do you sit with 3i Atlas? And then I'll tell you where I sit with 3i Atlas.
Oh gosh, I can't copy your answer if I go first. Right,
we can say the same thing because we say the same thing all the time.
That's true. Where do I think? I think it's going. This is what I think from everything that I know. And I hadn't heard that about the aliens on spaceship because I'm a little bit scared about that. I don't like that idea. I think it's almost like I think everybody's feeling it. Like it's almost like an energy thing. I don't know if it's like I don't know if I feel like it's a tangible spaceship, like it's a spacecraft. I feel like it's more like something's coming in. I don't know. In the way that a spirit is seen as an energy. It's almost like an energy upgrade. So it's going to make us go on this sort of journey, and we're going to all have, like, everybody I feel at the moment is upgrading energetically. Like people are having headaches, and if you're sleeping a lot, it's like I think that's what it's doing to us at the moment. I think I've noticed I've had periods, and I feel like I'm coming out of that now, where I've just slept like 12 hours every night and just been absolutely exhausted. And it's like us getting ready. And it's almost like it's going to come here to change the frequency of what's happening at the moment. There's all this chaos at the moment. There's all these things that are happening, and it's going to come in, and it's going to give us an opportunity. You know, we've talked a lot about this weekend about timelines and jumping timelines, and giving us the opportunity to maybe jump into something different. So get away from the, you know, if you watch the news, the very small brief snippets that I get, it's all doom and gloom, and especially there's a lot of negativity in England at the moment, and this is happening and it's getting worse, and there's all this sadness over there, and there's worry, and there's all of that anxiety over there. And I think this is going to give us, whatever it is that's coming, is going to give us an opportunity to jump into something else and choose something else. And I think you're either going to be on board with that, or you're not going to be on board on it. And then you choose the timeline. This is probably my sister. I'm saying this, and my sister's probably going, she's actually lost her mind. She's crazy. But it's almost like you can choose what timeline that you want to go into, and you either come along with the spiritual, because so many people are becoming, like, upgrading and becoming more spiritual and getting more into all of the things that we're talking about.
More positive, more loving, and dropping more of the heart
loving,
space.
Understanding frequency, understanding heart. You know, a lot of people
steering away from chaos.
Seeing away from that. A lot of people I know are giving up alcohol at the moment. A lot of the children that are coming in, like the teenagers that I'm always hanging around teenagers, but you know, when I was a teenager, that was our main focus. Is where now children they're not really interested in that. Mm-hmm. So it feels like for me, that on its own feels like a spiritual evolution for the better, because you know you're vibrating higher when you're not drinking alcohol. So I think it's going to be an opportunity, an energetic change, an energetic shift, and you either get on the fun train, or you stay in the heavy train,
right?
Which is going to be, it's more
the
about,
pity party.
Yeah, feel sorry for watching the news, getting obsessed by all the negativity, spending all that time looking at all this is horrible, and this is horrible, and the government and the money and the you know, that I personally think is going to be more than ever a choice. You know,
it always
we're getting sucked down into AI. We're getting sucked down into all of, you know, sadness, really.
Well, and what happens is whenever you are obsessed with something, mm-hmm. in conjunction with social media, you're fed all the things that you're obsessed with. So it becomes this spiral. And you just spiral and spiral and spiral. And there is an element, I feel like, that you have to make the choice to break out of that. You really have to say, mm-hmm. I'm not going to open Facebook or Instagram today, or I'm not going to turn the news on today. That's the start, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't read the negativity. Don't get caught up in those conversations where you're, you know, talking about people in a way that's very, very negative. And, you know, because that everything that you put out there comes back to you.
Yes.
And that's, you know, it doesn't serve you in any way. And we've all done it. I'm not sat here being like, oh, I've never done that. I'm sat here saying, I'm now realising how just sitting in that bath of, you know, sadness doesn't help you. What do you say? Misery loves company. And you can either have your own pity party, or you can not.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's the very, very last thing that I would say about that is, in this situation, this is one of my dad's analogies, and I've probably said it before and it's a bit boring, but I love it because I think it's really valid.
The cards.
You
used that on the last episode, so we can't say it again.
This is what I mean. That Sagittarius has come in. Over to you, Casey. What do you think?
Well, here's I agree with all of that. I don't think that we're going to know if there's aliens or not in the next 2 weeks.
Do you think it's like a spaceship?
I don't think it's a spaceship. I don't think reptilians are going to come flying off of it and, you know, take over Earth or anything like that. I agree with you. I think it is carrying an energy that will help Earth, that will update Earth, that will bring in higher frequencies. So my husband gave me some constructive criticism the other night about making sure that we talk about things that normal people can understand. So I don't know if anyone's, I know a lot of people are probably familiar with the Schumann resonance, but for those of you who are not, the Schumann resonance, and I'm just going to read this because it's going to sound a lot better than the way I could explain it. So it's an electromagnetic pulse. The Earth's atmosphere acts as a cavity resonating with electromagnetic waves generated by lightning strikes. The Schumann resonance puts off a frequency of approximately 7.83 hertz. And it's the Earth's heartbeat. The Schumann resonance is the Earth's heartbeat. And a lot of people follow the Schumann resonance based on what the hertz that are happening and how it looks. Whenever you look at it, it kind of looks like if you were recording music and it, there's all these different channels and it goes up and down. So the Schumann resonance has been going wild for a while now, but it's kind of particularly during this 3i Atlas time. And so the idea is that the closer that it's getting, it's kind of the Schumann resonance is vibrating and the Earth's heartbeat is getting higher and louder, and people are feeling that because it could be making them anxious, right? Because we're leaving behind some old habits.
Yeah.
Or people could be, maybe they're having more arguments because it's a way of trying to separate them from things that aren't serving them. So I feel like by what the Schumann resonance is doing, and by all the conversations that are being had in more of a nice, I don't want to say nicer spiritual space, but more a calmer spiritual space, like not the alien people saying that it's aliens and clickbaiting everybody into like watching their videos. To me, that's what it feels like. It feels like we're getting a really awesome gift from outer space.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that it's going to just continue to help us elevate.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
we should talk more about the Schumann resonance. I need to learn more about it because I do follow it, but it is the Earth's heartbeat. It is an electromagnetic pulse, and they rate it with hertz. And we just got through talking about hertz with the aura and how important that is.
I mean, honestly, I don't know anything about that.
I think we need a hertz.
You just taught me something then, Casey.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's cool.
I think we need a hertz specialist to come on the show to talk about the different.
Is there a hertz specialist?
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
I wonder if his name's Herman, the hertz specialist. That would be, in my mind, that's what
the thing. Yeah. So you've already named him, and he's already coming on the show.
I've already named him. I name everything. Yeah. No, I think that's fascinating. That was actually really interesting. Your answer was much more informative to me, obviously, because you were saying it, but I didn't know about that. So I'd love to learn more about that.
The guides weighed in on it too.
Yeah.
So they, at Angie's event this weekend, and they feel like it's more of an energy update than anything as well.
I love the analogy, the heartbeat analogy though.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Again, it's going back to that heart space.
Yeah. And another thing JT gave me some constructive criticism about is we talk a lot about energy. And so that oftentimes is not tangible for people.
All right, that's true.
So we need to try to give people more tools, I think, to really tune into those, to be able to tune into their energy. So here's one thing I'm going to say for everybody who, if you're trying to feel energy more, understand what that means more. Chances are you're not feeling it because you have created a lot of busyness and chaos in your life. Some of it we can't help, right? Running kids back and forth from school, cooking dinners, doing laundry, working, having big projects due, whatever it is. A lot of chaos we can't control. A lot of it is self-induced.
Correct.
So I think the first step would be to start to remove some of the self-induced chaos. If you slow down, everything else will slow down.
Yeah.
And there is no way for you to figure out what energy you're in or elevate your energy if you're not making space to do it.
Yeah.
So think about it as if you're cleaning out a closet. If you go in the closet, you open the closet door and every single shelf is full of shit, where are you going to
start? Yeah.
Where are you going to start?
Yeah.
Clean out your closet first.
Yeah. One shelf at a time.
Yes. Make space for you to be able to meditate, to journal, to just go outside for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's so
That's
important.
how you start, and that's how you figure out, what is this energy I'm feeling right now? Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? If it feels bad, you got to remove it. If it feels good, you got to amplify it and share it.
That's what they say about meditation. You know, if you don't have 20 minutes to meditate, you should meditate for an hour. Because then it puts you into such a good state that it allows for all those other things to happen so much easier. I notice if I'm, like you say, in the chaos and I'm spinning and I'm like, and I'm running around and doing all those things, you end up just achieving nothing because you're running from one thing to the other thing, to the other thing, to the other thing, and in your mind, and then you've got like five things, like five plates spinning. As well, if you stop, take yourself a moment, have a nap. You know, make yourself a cup of tea.
Or say no to something.
Say no.
Just don't do something.
You don't have to do everything.
We create the chaos.
We do.
Yeah.
You don't always have to, you know, say yes to your child out of guilt for something, or, you know, sometimes it's good for them to learn to do things themselves, or maybe not have everything. I'm talking to myself now. I do everything for her. So, you know, those things, and start being kinder to yourself. And once you start doing it, like you said, the ripples, the frequency of that will help change things for you in your life. So, yeah, that's really, really important. And again, you know, one of the things, that was another thing that actually JT, when he was also...
He's going to be so happy that you got so many shout outs in today's episode.
I was there when he was talking to us about it.
He doesn't listen to our show, though, so he's not going to hear this.
Or anything that we say.
JT's my husband, everybody.
Yes. While he was
bless him.
talking at us and advising us on the pod that he doesn't listen to. But although valid, you know, we were talking about how a lot of the answers that the council were giving, it was just simple. And I know that we spoke about that at the beginning of this pod, but I think that's a nice place to sort of leave it, because life is actually really simple, and it seems to be the message that they're giving us again and again and again. Simplify it. It doesn't have to be complicated. You don't have to go, right, I have to have a crystal, and then I have to get an essential oil, and then I have to go and meditate, and then I've got to ground, and then I've got to do some tea, and then I've got to, you know, go and do all these things. You know, do one thing and then add things to your practice.
That's right.
Then you'll do a journal, and don't be, you know, when I first started on this journey, and I felt like every day I had to do all those things. You know, I'd be spending an hour and a half doing everything, you know, the journal, the meditate, and all of those things. Read something positive, wear the flower of life. You don't have to. Start with one thing.
Yeah.
Go and lie in the grass.
Buy an aura.
Sleep
better at night. Yeah.
Hey, are you on commission and not told me? Pull a card. If you're no time, pull a card, pull an angel card.
I have some great angel cards that are just every day. My kids and I pull one out of a bowl, and JT, just one word: creativity, beauty, balance, integrity,
they're beautiful.
Peace, joy. Yes.
Yeah, all of those things.
Yep.
You know, we've all got time for, you know, that doesn't even take a minute, nothing. So start with something.
Yep. All right, guys, this has been great. I'm glad we're doing these now. So
they're fun.
Have a great rest of your week, and we will be back. We've got more pods and more guests coming.
Marguerite's coming up soon.
Yeah.
Excited. Love you all.
All right, bye.